Hey, English learners, welcome back to the English Conversation Podcast, your cozy place for easy English and real life conversation. I'm Jim.
I'm Wendy. And Jim, I have to say, you sound very awake today. Like, super awake. Did your brain have coffee?
My brain had coffee, yes. My mouth is still waking up very slowly.
So your brain is ready, but your mouth is sleepy. Classic English learner situation.
Yeah, honestly, that's true for many of our listeners too. Their brain understands English, but their mouth is like, no, I'm shy.
So maybe that's you. You listen, you understand, but when it's time to speak, your mouth suddenly forgets how to move. It just freezes.
Exactly. You watch English videos, you know the words, you understand the jokes, and then when you try to speak, the words get stuck. Your tongue feels heavy, and your lips don't want to move.
So we want to tell you something important. Your mouth is simply not trained yet.
Right? Not trained yet. That little word yet is really powerful because most learners only train their brain with grammar, vocabulary, listening, subtitles, and notes.
Meanwhile, they almost never train their mouth muscles, the lips, the tongue, the jaw, and the way English sounds flow together.
So, in a way, your brain is in English, but your mouth is still in your first language.
And that's exactly what we're going to work on together in this episode.
So, today's topic is how to train your mouth to speak English.
Basically, we'll talk about why your mouth freezes, and then we'll show you simple daily exercises to wake it up, like a small English gym in your room.
And don't worry about the level. This is a B1 level episode, perfect for easy English conversation practice and daily life.
Plus, if you're closer to A2, stay with us too. Some parts may feel new, but that's exactly how your English gets stronger.
So before we dive in, we want to get to know you in the comments. Tell us your name, where you're watching or listening from, and what's the hardest part of learning English for you, understanding it or speaking it.
Just one simple sentence is enough. When you write, your brain has to choose words and build a sentence. That's real practice, not just listening and forgetting. And we honestly love reading your comments. It feels like we're all in one big classroom from different countries.
Yeah, like one giant international English family.
So now that you know who we are, and we're starting to know who you are, let's ask a big question. Why does your mouth freeze when it's time to speak? And how can we fix that?
Yeah. For many learners, it feels like a mystery. They think, I understand English, so why can't I speak?
Exactly. And here's something many learners don't realize. English is not only in your head.
Not only in your head. That's right.
It's also in your lips, your tongue, your jaw, and the way your sounds move together. It's your sound flow.
Right. Think about your study time. You read English, you listen to English, and you may even write in English, but you don't really train your mouth to speak English every day.
Not like a workout. So in the end, your brain gets trained, but your mouth muscles don't get enough practice.
And that's why when you try to speak, you may sound slow or a bit choppy, and you may feel nervous or unnatural.
And again, it's not because you're bad at English. It's because your mouth isn't ready yet.
Look at it this way. Imagine you read 100 books about push-ups.
Oh, I like it already. 100 books about push-ups. That sounds very you.
Yeah. You know the form, the technique, the muscles, and the science. You can explain everything to your friends, but you never actually do a single push-up.
Exactly. Then one day, you try a real push-up and you just fall to the floor.
Not because you're stupid, but because your muscles are weak. They were never trained.
That's exactly what happens when you speak English.
You know the grammar, you know the words, and you understand the podcast, but your mouth hasn't been trained to move smoothly and confidently in English.
So we can say your mouth is a little bit lazy.
A lazy mouth. I like that phrase.
It's used to your first language, your rhythm, your sounds, and your usual mouth shapes.
But English has a different rhythm, different stress, and different sound patterns.
We have things like the TH sound, different T sounds, silent letters, words linking together, and rising and falling tones.
And if your mouth never really practices these things, you may skip sounds, mumble them, or cut them short.
Then your speech can feel choppy or broken. You don't feel fluent, even when your brain knows what to say.
So here's the key. Speaking is both mental and muscular.
Mental and muscular. Both matter.
Your brain chooses the words, and your mouth carries them out. If one of them isn't ready, your confidence can go down.
And that's why speaking can feel so difficult when your mouth is untrained. You open your mouth, the sound feels strange, and your brain says, "See, you're not good at this."
But the truth is, you're not hopeless. You're just untrained. There's a big difference.
And the good news is that muscles can change.
Yeah, you can train your mouth like a muscle with short, focused, daily repetition, like having a tiny English gym right there in your room.
No equipment, no teacher. Just you and your voice. And maybe your neighbor listening through the wall.
Yes, and thinking, wow, someone is really serious about English in this building.
So if your mouth freezes now, it doesn't have to stay this way.
Because in the next part, we'll show you exactly how to train it step by step so your mouth can finally work with your brain instead of against it.
Yeah, let's turn your lazy mouth into a trained, confident English mouth with just a few minutes a day.
Just a few minutes? Wendy, that sounds like one of those ads. In 5 minutes, your life will change forever.
Yeah, it does sound like that. But this time it's not a scam, I promise.
Okay, I'm listening. How many minutes are we really talking about here?
5. Just 5 minutes a day.
5? That's like the time you spend scrolling through a few short videos or checking messages.
Exactly. And if you give those 5 minutes to your mouth, not just to your eyes, your English can start to sound different after 30 days.
So it's not about long practice, it's about the right practice.
Yeah, reading builds knowledge, but speaking requires movement.
Reading builds knowledge. Speaking requires movement. That's such a good line.
When you move your mouth in English every day, even for a short time, you build muscle memory, just like training at the gym.
Okay then, Coach Wendy. If this is our mouth gym, what does this 5-minute workout look like?
It has 4 parts: a warm-up, the mirror technique, shadow speaking, and a fluency loop.
Nice. Let's go step by step so our listeners can actually copy it. First step, mouth warm-up.
Right. Just like at the gym, you don't start with heavy weights. You warm up first.
Here we warm up your lips, tongue, jaw, and even your smile. And it really takes only about 1 minute.
Okay, but what do? Do we just make weird faces at ourselves?
A little bit, yes. But they're useful, weird faces. All right, listen.
Try to imagine this with us now, or do it for real if you can.
First, lip rolls. Gently let your lips vibrate for a few seconds, like you're making a soft motor sound. Then relax. Do that a few times.
It looks silly, but it wakes up your lips and your breath, and it helps you feel less shy too.
Second, tongue stretch. Gently stick your tongue out, then slowly pull it back in. Do that a few times.
If you feel a little silly while doing it, welcome, you're doing it right.
Third, loosen your jaw. Open your mouth wide like you're doing a big yawn. Then close it softly.
Repeat that a few times. Finally, stretch your face into a big smile, like you just passed your English exam. Hold it for a few seconds, then relax.
All of that together takes about 1 minute.
And the reason we do it is simple. It loosens tension, wakes up muscles you don't normally think about, and can make your English feel smoother and less stuck.
A warm mouth is a ready mouth.
And once your mouth is warm, it's time to face the scary thing, the mirror.
Yes. Step 2. The mirror technique.
The mirror, your new English coach, and maybe your new best friend.
Many learners never actually see themselves speak. They're a little afraid to look, but the mirror can really help build your confidence.
Here's what you do. Stand in front of a mirror and look into your own eyes for a moment.
Then choose one strong sentence in English, like, I am learning to speak confidently, or this is my voice. I own it.
Then say that sentence 5 times. Say it very slowly the first time. Then say it a little faster each time, step by step.
While you speak, watch your lips, your jaw, and your face. Notice how your mouth moves. Don't rush.
This single minute builds awareness. You slowly become more comfortable with your own voice and image.
And it can help quiet that thought. Oh no, how do I look when I speak English?
After a few days, the mirror feels less like a judge and more like a quiet coach.
So now your mouth is warm and you've looked yourself in the eyes. What's the next step?
Step 3 is shadow speaking. This is where the real magic starts.
Shadow speaking.
I love the name. Shadow speaking means you listen to a sentence and then repeat it immediately, trying to copy the rhythm, speed, tone, and even the emotion.
So not your version, not your style. For these 2 minutes, you become the shadow of the original speaker.
Here's how. Choose a very short audio clip, maybe 5 to 10 seconds. It could be from a YouTube video, a movie, a podcast, or even this English Conversation podcast episode.
For example, you hear, I don't think that's a good idea.
Then you repeat, I don't think that's a good idea. Try to copy the same rhythm and timing.
You don't need to be perfect. Just try to follow the flow as closely as you can.
We do this because it trains 3 things together: your ears, your mouth, and your brain.
Ears, mouth, brain, all working at the same time.
It also trains your reaction. You don't have time to translate. You just hear and speak.
And that's similar to how children learn their first language. They hear, they copy, they repeat, and slowly they become more fluent.
You only need about 2 minutes. Choose 2 or 3 short lines and repeat them several times.
And after that, we finish with one more powerful step.
My favorite part, the fluency loop. It sounds like a video game level.
Level 1, 1 sentence, 3 speeds.
Here's what you do. Choose one simple sentence like, I'm going to improve my English.
First, say it slowly. I'm going to improve my English. Feel every sound clearly.
Then say it at a normal, comfortable speed. I'm going to improve my English.
And finally, say it faster, but keep it clear and connected. I'm going to improve my English.
Slow, normal, fast. That pattern is one fluency loop.
Repeat this loop 3 times. That's all. It still takes only about a minute.
And you don't need a new sentence every day. You can use the same sentence for a few days until your mouth thinks, okay, this is easy.
This builds comfort with speed, helps you stop overthinking, and shows your mouth, hey, we can do this.
Even if your vocabulary is small, you may feel more fluent because your mouth is getting used to moving in English.
So let's put everything together, nice and simple.
Step 1. Warm up your mouth for 1 minute.
Step 2. Use the mirror technique for 1 minute with a strong sentence.
Step 3. Practice shadow speaking for 2 minutes with real English audio.
And step 4. Do the fluency loop for 1 minute with 1 sentence. Say it slowly, then at a normal speed, and finally faster.
Warm up, mirror, shadow speaking, fluency loop. That's your 5-minute mouth training.
5 minutes, and you've finished your English mouth gym for the day, at home, and for free.
And if you do this every day for 30 days, your English won't only live in your head, it will start to live in your mouth.
Your mouth will freeze less. Your words will come out more smoothly, and each day you'll feel a little more like a confident English speaker.
And in the next part, we'll talk about how to make your English sound even more natural. Not word by word, but in smooth sound groups.
Yes, we're going to help you stop sounding like a robot and start sounding like a real, relaxed person speaking English.
A real, relaxed person, not a speaking robot. I like that.
And one big reason people sound like robots is that they speak English one word at a time.
Right, they separate every word instead of letting the sounds connect naturally.
For example, imagine the sentence, I want to go to the store.
A learner might say it very carefully, one word at a time. I want to go to the store.
Every word is correct, but the sentence doesn't flow naturally.
In everyday English, we usually speak in small sound groups. The words connect and move together.
So instead of thinking about 7 separate words, think about a few small groups. I want to go and to the store.
These small groups are sometimes called thought groups or chunks.
A chunk is a small group of words that naturally belong together when we speak.
Usually, a chunk might have 3 to 6 words said together as one smooth unit.
And this is important because fluent speakers don't build every sentence one word at a time.
They use familiar groups of words that their mouths already know how to say together.
Think about a phrase like, how are you doing?
You probably don't want to carefully pronounce every word as a separate unit.
Instead, let the whole phrase flow together naturally. How are you doing?
Or take, what are you going to do?
When people speak naturally, those words connect. You may hear something closer to, what are you going to do?
The goal isn't to speak as fast as possible. The goal is to connect the words smoothly.
Exactly. Fast English and fluent English are not the same thing.
You can speak slowly and still sound natural if your words connect and your rhythm feels comfortable.
So let's make this simple with a small daily exercise.
Choose one useful sentence from your real life.
Maybe, I'm getting ready for work.
First, say the whole sentence slowly and clearly.
Then notice which words naturally belong together.
You might hear 2 groups, I'm getting ready and for work.
Practice each group separately a few times.
Then connect the 2 groups and say the full sentence.
I'm getting ready for work.
Good. Here's another one. I need to pick up my kids.
You might practice it as, I need to pick up and my kids.
Then connect it. I need to pick up my kids.
And here's another everyday sentence. I'll call you when I get home.
You can practice, I'll call you, and when I get home.
Then say the whole thing naturally. I'll call you when I get home.
This is much more useful than practicing random words by themselves.
Because real conversations are built from phrases and chunks, not isolated vocabulary lists.
And when your mouth gets comfortable with these chunks, speaking becomes easier.
You don't have to build every sentence from zero.
Your mouth starts remembering useful patterns.
And that's where muscle memory helps again.
Exactly. The more often you say a useful phrase, the easier it becomes to say it again later.
So if you often talk about work, practice work phrases.
If you often talk about your family, practice family phrases.
If you travel a lot, practice phrases you can use at airports, hotels, restaurants, and stores.
Make your mouth training personal. Train the English you actually need.
That's important because you don't need to practice every possible English sentence.
You need sentences that connect to your real life.
And there's another thing that makes English sound natural. stress.
Stress means some words or syllables sound stronger than others.
English doesn't give every word the same weight.
Some words carry the main meaning, so we naturally make them stronger.
For example, listen to this sentence. I really need to finish this today.
The important words might be really, need, finish, and today.
Those words carry most of the message.
Smaller grammar words like to and this may sound lighter and quicker.
That's part of English rhythm.
And if you give every word exactly the same stress, your speech can sound robotic.
So here's a simple practice method. Take one sentence and identify the important words in your mind.
Then say those important words a little more strongly.
For example, I really need to finish this today.
Don't shout the important words. Just give them a little more energy.
Right? Natural stress is not about being loud.
It's about creating rhythm.
And rhythm helps listeners understand you more easily.
So pronunciation isn't only about making individual sounds correctly.
It's also about how the whole sentence moves.
Sounds, stress, rhythm, linking, and chunks all work together.
And I know that sounds like a lot.
It does. Someone listening right now is probably thinking, wait, I have to remember all of that while I'm speaking?
No. Please don't try to think about everything at the same time.
That would make your mouth freeze again.
Exactly. Choose one small focus at a time.
Maybe today you practice linking words.
Tomorrow you practice sentence stress.
Another day you practice one difficult sound.
Small focus repeated often.
That's much better than trying to fix everything in one day.
And speaking of difficult sounds, let's talk about one that many learners struggle with, the TH sound.
Ah, yes, the famous TH sound.
For some learners, this sound doesn't exist in their first language.
So their tongue isn't used to the movement.
Again, this is a muscle training problem, not an intelligence problem.
Here's the basic idea. Gently place the tip of your tongue between your teeth.
Then let the air move out around your tongue.
For an unvoiced TH sound, practice words like think, thank, and three.
For a voiced TH sound, practice words like this, that, and those.
Don't force it. Start slowly.
And use a mirror if you need to check where your tongue is.
Your tongue should be visible just a little bit.
At first, the movement may feel strange.
That's normal. Your mouth is learning a new position.
Practice for a few seconds, rest, and then try again.
You don't need to spend 20 minutes fighting with one sound.
Please don't declare war on the TH sound.
The TH sound will win.
Probably.
A little practice every day is enough.
And the same idea works for other difficult sounds.
Maybe R is difficult for you.
Maybe L is difficult.
Maybe V and W sound too similar.
Or maybe final consonants disappear when you speak.
Choose one problem and work on it slowly.
Record yourself saying a few words or sentences.
Then listen and compare your pronunciation with the original speaker.
Not to criticize yourself, but to notice the difference.
That's important. Recording yourself is information, not punishment.
You listen, notice one thing, adjust, and try again.
And don't expect your pronunciation to change completely after one practice session.
Your mouth needs repetition.
Lots of small repetitions over time.
That's how movements become automatic.
An automatic movement is what you want when you're having a real conversation.
Because during a conversation, you don't want to think, where exactly should my tongue go?
You want your mouth to know what to do automatically.
just like you don't think about every movement when you walk.
Your body already knows the pattern.
Speaking can become more automatic in the same way.
But there's another problem. Sometimes your mouth is trained, but fear still stops you.
Yeah, you know what to say, and physically you can say it, but you're afraid of making a mistake.
So you stay quiet.
Or you prepare a perfect sentence in your head for 20 seconds.
And by the time you're ready, the conversation has already moved on.
We've all had moments like that.
So let's talk about confidence, because mouth training and confidence are connected.
Every time you successfully say something out loud, your brain gets evidence that you can speak English.
Even one sentence counts.
Maybe you order coffee in English.
Maybe you ask someone for directions.
Maybe you leave a voice message.
Maybe you talk to yourself while you're driving or cooking.
These small speaking moments build evidence.
And evidence builds confidence.
That's different from simply telling yourself, be confident.
Yeah, confidence grows from doing.
You speak, survive the moment, and realize, oh, nothing terrible happened.
Then you do it again.
And again.
Until speaking English starts to feel more normal.
So here's a challenge. For the next 30 days, speak English out loud every single day.
Even if it's only for 5 minutes.
Don't make the challenge too complicated.
You don't need a perfect schedule or a giant notebook.
Just choose a time that works for you.
Maybe right after breakfast.
Maybe during your lunch break.
Maybe before bed.
And use the same 5-minute mouth workout we practiced earlier.
1 minute of warm-up.
1 minute with the mirror.
2 minutes of shadow speaking.
And 1 minute of the fluency loop.
That's it.
If you have more time, great.
But 5 minutes is enough to build the habit.
And on busy days, even 2 minutes is better than doing nothing.
The goal is consistency, not perfection.
Because one long practice session once a month won't train your mouth very well.
But a few minutes every day can create real change.
Think again about the gym.
You wouldn't exercise for 6 hours on one day and then do nothing for the next 30 days.
Well, you could, but you probably wouldn't enjoy the next morning.
Or the next week.
Exactly.
Speaking practice works the same way. Your mouth responds better to regular training.
And after a few weeks, pay attention to small changes.
Maybe a sentence that used to feel difficult becomes easier.
Maybe you hesitate less.
Maybe your jaw feels more relaxed.
Maybe words connect more naturally.
Maybe you stop translating one simple phrase because it comes out automatically.
Those are real signs of progress.
Don't wait for a magical day when you suddenly sound completely fluent.
Progress usually arrives quietly.
One phrase feels easier, and then another one does too.
Then one conversation feels less stressful, and eventually you look back and realize your mouth isn't freezing the way it used to.
That's why it's useful to record yourself now.
Yes, record a short sample today.
Maybe 30 seconds of you talking about your day.
Then practice regularly for 30 days.
After 30 days, record yourself talking about the same topic again.
Then compare the two recordings.
Don't only listen for accent.
Listen for comfort, rhythm, pauses, confidence, and how smoothly the words come out.
You may hear progress that you didn't notice from day to day.
And that's motivating.
Very motivating, because now you have proof.
Not somebody else's opinion, your own recording.
And remember, the goal isn't to erase your accent.
That's important. Having an accent doesn't mean your English is bad.
People all over the world speak English with different accents.
The goal is clear. Comfortable communication.
Ask yourself, can people understand you? Can you express what you want to say?
And can you speak without your mouth constantly fighting you? Those things matter much more than sounding exactly like someone from a movie.
So don't waste your energy trying to become a completely different person.
Train your mouth to make English clearer and easier for you.
Your voice can still sound like you.
That's the goal. Clearer English, smoother English, and more confidence, but still your voice.
And before we finish, let's quickly review the main ideas from today's mouth training lesson.
First, if you understand English but struggle to speak, don't immediately assume your English is bad.
Your brain may know the language while your mouth still needs physical practice.
Second, speaking is both mental and muscular.
Your lips, tongue, jaw, breath, rhythm, and sound patterns all need repetition.
Third, use the 5-minute mouth workout.
Warm up for 1 minute, then practice in the mirror for 1 minute.
Shadow real English for 2 minutes, and finish with a 1-minute fluency loop.
Fourth, practice phrases and chunks instead of only isolated words.
Train your mouth to say useful groups of words smoothly.
Fifth, pay attention to rhythm, stress, and linking.
You don't need to speak extremely fast. You need your English to flow.
Sixth, choose difficult sounds one at a time and train the mouth position slowly.
And finally, speak out loud every day.
5 minutes is enough to start. Don't wait until you feel ready.
Speaking is one of the things that helps you become ready.
Exactly. You don't become confident first and then start speaking.
You start speaking, and your confidence grows.
That's the order.
And if today your mouth still feels slow or awkward, remember that little word from the beginning.
Yet. Your mouth isn't trained yet.
Your English isn't smooth yet.
Speaking doesn't feel natural yet.
But yet means the story isn't finished.
Because with regular practice, your mouth can learn new movements, new rhythms, and new patterns.
And one day, the sentence that feels difficult today may come out without you even thinking about it.
That's when you realize all those tiny practice sessions were working.
So give your mouth a chance to catch up with your brain.
Train it patiently and use it every day.
And don't be afraid of sounding imperfect while you're learning.
Imperfect speaking is still speaking, and speaking is how you get better.
So let's give you one final challenge before we go.
Starting today, choose one sentence you actually want to use in real life.
Not a complicated textbook sentence. Choose something useful and natural.
Maybe, I'm getting ready for work.
Or, I'll call you when I get home.
Or, I don't think that's a good idea.
Say your sentence slowly first. Make every sound clear.
Then say it again at a normal, comfortable speed.
And finally, say it a little faster while keeping the words connected.
Do the same thing tomorrow and keep practicing it for several days.
Then choose another useful sentence and add it to your practice.
Little by little, you're building a collection of phrases your mouth knows automatically.
And that's much more useful than knowing hundreds of words that you never actually say.
Exactly. Your goal isn't only to know English. Your goal is to use English.
And using English means opening your mouth and making sounds, even when those sounds aren't perfect yet.
So, don't hide your English inside your head.
Let it out and let your mouth practice.
Let yourself make mistakes and give yourself enough repetition to improve.
Remember, your mouth isn't working against you.
It's simply learning a new set of movements.
Movements that may be very different from the ones you use in your first language.
And new movements always take time.
Think about learning to type on a keyboard.
At first, you look for every letter. Your fingers move slowly, and you make mistakes.
But after enough repetition, your fingers begin to move automatically.
You don't consciously think about every key anymore.
Speaking English can develop in a similar way.
At first, you may think about every sound and every word.
But with practice, familiar phrases become automatic.
Your mouth begins to remember them.
And that gives your brain more space to think about what you actually want to say.
Instead of spending all your attention on pronunciation, you can focus more on your message.
That's when conversations start to feel easier.
Not because English suddenly became easy, but because you've trained some of the difficult movements until they feel familiar.
So please be patient with your mouth.
Don't criticize it after 2 days of practice. Give it time and repetition.
And most importantly, give it real speaking practice.
Listening and reading are useful.
Vocabulary and grammar are useful too.
But if your goal is speaking, you also have to speak.
Your mouth needs its own practice time, even if it's only 5 minutes.
Especially if you can make those 5 minutes a daily habit.
And you don't need to wait for another person to practice with you.
That's one of the best things about this method.
You can practice alone in your room or in your car.
You can practice while getting ready in the morning or shadow a podcast while you're walking.
You can even practice one sentence while making dinner.
English can become part of your normal day.
And that makes practice much easier to continue.
Because you don't need a special class every time you want to train your mouth.
You just need a few minutes and something useful to say.
And maybe a mirror, your very patient English coach.
A coach who never interrupts you and never charges you.
That's my favorite kind of coach.
Mine too.
All right, before we finish, let's do one final mini practice together.
Good idea. I'll say a sentence first, and Wendy, you repeat it after me.
I'm ready.
My mouth is learning English.
My mouth is learning English.
I don't need to speak perfectly.
I don't need to speak perfectly.
I need to practice consistently.
I need to practice consistently.
Every day, speaking gets a little easier.
Every day, speaking gets a little easier.
And one last sentence. I can train myself to speak with confidence.
I can train myself to speak with confidence.
Great. That's exactly the kind of practice we want you to do.
Short sentences, clear sounds, and lots of repetition.
And notice that we didn't practice 20 different things at once.
We focused on a few useful sentences and gave the mouth time to repeat them.
That's enough. Simple practice done regularly is much more useful than a complicated routine you quit after 3 days.
So after this episode ends, don't immediately move on to another video.
Stay here for 5 more minutes and actually use your English.
Warm up your mouth, then look in the mirror and say one strong sentence.
Shadow a few lines from this episode.
Then finish with your fluency loop, slow, normal, and faster.
Clear first, speed second. That's important.
Don't sacrifice clear speech just to sound fast.
Fluent speakers aren't simply fast speakers, they're comfortable speakers.
Their words connect naturally, their rhythm feels steady, and their mouths are familiar with the movements.
That's what you're training, not speed for the sake of speed.
You're training comfortable, clear movement.
And if your mouth gets tired, stop and rest.
You don't need to force it. 5 focused minutes are enough.
Tomorrow, come back and do it again.
And after a few weeks, listen to an old recording of yourself.
You may hear something different.
Maybe fewer long pauses, smoother phrases, or clearer sounds.
Maybe you'll hear more confidence in your voice.
Those small changes matter because they show that your practice is working.
And even if the change feels slow, keep going.
Remember, you spent years training your mouth to speak your first language.
So give yourself some time to train it for English too.
You don't need to sound perfect tomorrow.
You just need to sound a little more comfortable than before.
And sometimes progress is so small that you don't notice it immediately.
That's okay. Keep collecting those small improvements, one sound and one phrase at a time.
Then one sentence and one conversation at a time.
Eventually, all those small pieces come together.
And English starts feeling less like something you're studying and more like something you can actually use.
That's what we want for you.
We want English to move from your eyes and ears into your mouth.
From understanding to speaking, and from knowing to using.
And from being afraid to being willing to try.
You don't have to wait until the fear completely disappears.
Speak while you're still a little nervous.
Practice while you're still making mistakes.
That's how you move forward.
All right, I think our mouths have done enough exercise for one episode.
Is yours asking for a break?
Yes. Apparently, every part of me needs coffee.
Well, before Jim goes to find another cup, let's remind everyone of today's challenge.
5 minutes of mouth training every day for the next 30 days.
Warm up, mirror practice, shadow speaking, and the fluency loop.
And remember to record a short sample of your English at the beginning.
Then record yourself again after 30 days and compare the two.
Focus on how comfortable and smooth your speech feels, not whether you have a perfect accent.
Because your accent is part of your voice.
Clear communication is the real goal.
And if this episode helped you, tell us in the comments which part of the 5-minute routine you're going to try first.
Maybe the warm-up or the mirror technique.
Maybe shadow speaking or the fluency loop.
Writing your answer is another little bit of English practice.
And if you want to practice right now, write one simple sentence you want your mouth to learn.
Then say that sentence out loud 3 times.
Don't only type it, use your voice.
That's today's message in 2 words. Speak out.
I like that.
Me too.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us and practicing your English today.
We hope this episode helps you understand that struggling to speak doesn't mean you're bad at English.
Your brain may simply be ahead of your mouth.
And your mouth can catch up.
Give it practice and repetition.
Give it time and keep using your English in real life.
If you enjoyed today's episode, please like the video and subscribe to the English Conversation podcast.
It helps our English learning family grow, and it helps more learners find these lessons.
We'll be back with more easy English, real conversations, and practical speaking practice.
Until then, keep listening, keep speaking, and keep training your mouth.
This is Wendy.
And this is Jim. You've been listening to the English Conversation podcast.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.